The highlight over the weekend, the demolition of Noida's Supertech Twin Towers has been successfully completed. But let's also focus on the aftermath of this demolition. People who are living around the Twin Towers have started returning to their societies. Health-related issues remain a serious concern for them. Noida authority has taken all possible measures to curb the rise of pollution. There's huge piles of debris, dust that remains on ground, and it's likely to also cause several weeks of respiratory issues. Doctors and health experts have warned against an increase in toxic particle levels. The demolition process was largely successful, but due to the debris formed owing to the demolition, a part of the boundary wall of a nearby 80-year society was fully destroyed. The entire top floor of the Twin Tower, when it came crashing down, landed on this side wall.
डिमोलिशन के बाद जो धूल उड़ेगी, जो एक एप्रीहेंशन है कि किस लेवल तक जाएगी, कितना वॉल्यूम होगा, उसका एग्जैक्ट साइंटिफिक कोई डेटा तो मेरे पास नहीं है, बट जो भी कंडीशन होगी उसमें मैक्सिमम यहाँ पे एरिया में स्वीपिंग, हाउसकीपिंग, क्लीनिंग, वॉशिंग, इसका जो है रिगरस प्रोग्राम नोएडा प्राधिकरण द्वारा बना लिया गया है और कोलैबोरेशन के साथ हम लोग मौजूद रह के कोशिश होगी कि मिनिमम न्यूनतम समय में इस पूरे एरिया को दोबारा से पैसे रिस्टोर करने की कोशिश रहे।
100% सक्सेसफुल। और जैसे बटन दबने की इमीडिएटली बाद जब मैंने खड़े होकर बिल्डिंग की तरफ देखा तो सिर्फ वहाँ धूल का गुबार था और कुछ चिंताएं थी, और उन चिंताओं को देखते हुए हम लोगों ने धूल को सेटल होने की वेट नहीं की। जब से मास्क निकाले एंड हम सब भागते हुए बिल्डिंग की तरफ गए और हमारा पहला कंसर्न एमराल्ड कोड था, उसको चेक किया, इट वाज कम्प्लीटली सेफ। एक 80s की तरफ हल्का सा एक जो कंपाउंड वॉल है उस पर थोड़ा सा पत्थर गिरा है, जिसकी वजह से 3 या 4 मीटर कंपाउंड वॉल टूटी है एंड एवरीथिंग इज सेफ एज पर आवर प्लान।
Let's take this across now to Ashutosh Mishra. He's joining us live with all the latest updates from the ground. Ashutosh, good morning. You were there when the demolition happened yesterday, so you know, of course, about the kind of dust cloud that emerged after the demolition. It was expected, but tell us what's happening on the ground. Has some of the debris at least been cleared? Normalcy returned for residents nearby?
Well, Akshita, good morning to you and to all our viewers. The first and some good story and good news for the people, those who are very keen to know what is happening on this next morning. Almost the dust particles, those who were suspended, have almost settled now. The PM 2.5 that was calculated pre-blast has now gone to the level on the same pre-blast even after the post-demolition. So clearly there is no such thing that's happening. Now what we see here, right next to the Emerald Court Tower, where the twin towers were erected, 32-floor and 30-story twin towers, has finally been demolished, and there's massive earth-moving machines with the diggers. Everything is just being moved in. So clearly next few days is really gonna be challenging for the people, for the residents of ATS and both the Emerald Court Society, since the debris that need to be cleared, the entire structure has come down, and as it was calculated, it was very precise, it was very, a precision that was followed with mathematics and physics. The gravity worked, everything is just down. There's a very minor loss to the properties, including a boundary wall and certain glasses which were damaged. The agency which carried out this demolition has already started repairing that. As far as wall is concerned, once the debris is out, that also will be repaired. But these machines which are being moved is the challenge, because within 3 months they have to evacuate this entire structure. All the debris will be taken out. There is no loss to the life. Even the master blasters and the team of experts who carried out are quite safe. All you see now here, the black road is totally turned white because of the dust particles. Subsequently, the way it was anticipated with the precision that there will be no major loss to other structure. All these structures are safe, but what I'm told from the experts of the from the edifice company, that there will be post-audit of this demolition. There were 50 sensors almost placed around. All those sensors have been evacuated, and the data will be studied by both the Indian team and the team from the Johannesburg. Once they study the data, that will be released within a week, and then the audit will follow. And also the structures which are being monitored, we have been speaking to several residents. From 9 a.m. onwards, the residents will start arriving back at their home. And if I could see even the curtains, plastic sheets, look at this, even this plastic sheet, which is barely 20-25 meters from the blast site, has not even, faced a minor damage. There's not even a pin of hole in these plastic sheets. So that says how precise the strike was, how precise, the blast was. And after the implosion, many of these residents are, already reached their back home. Look at this. Those two girls I can see there. Many people have reached back home. Now the biggest challenge is to clean the balconies in certain parts where possibly could be some amount of dust. Many of these residents have already started arriving back at Emerald Court. And the structure, what we heard, several glasses which were in very close proximity of the main Twin Towers have received minor losses, including glasses. Those were broken. But as far as structure of the Emerald Court or ATS is concerned, that's pretty safe. We even accessed certain videos. Many residents who left out have put out the webcam live to see how the situation is, also to assess the losses.
Yeah.
They shared happily that everything is safe since they were taken in confidence by the agencies, by the demolition company, that we are calculating everything. It is pre-audit, and then there have been assurance one after another, including the insurance for structural loss. So far, there is nothing to worry about it. Now the people with happy smile coming back home, this is what they wanted, this is what they fought for, and finally after the Supreme Court verdict, this has been raised down.
You know, this is clearly a very successful operation. There's been minimum damage, just one side wall of the ATS village that's been destroyed. And keeping in mind the scale of this demolition, that's huge, the fact that it's been so successful. But it's going to take a couple of months at least, Ashutosh, to clear all of those piles of debris and what's left after the demolition, yes?
Well, 3 months at least, 180 days it will take to clear this entire debris, and that's why these heavy machines are working around the clock. Even if you have raised down the entire structure, those heavy beams, metal, everything will be there. All these materials will require heavy machinery. So next few days are really going to be challenging and even disturbing for the residents. And once it is cleared out, of course, it will also trigger certain amount of dust. PM 2.5 is going to really be high, but what the agencies and the authorities are telling, they'll be putting water sprinklers all around through the 3 months until the debris is clear. So authorities are also prepared, because this was also anticipated. Once you have the debris on the road, this also require another round of exercise. So everything has been designed, everything will go according to plan. Next 3 months, when it will be cleared, and the society, what they fought for, a space in the society, where will they have a park, again, what they booked for when they bought their dream house here. But the question that Akshita also needs to be raised at the same time, 26 people from the government, from the administration, who signed the papers, who were responsible to erect the illegal twin towers, still not being acted upon. Where are they? Have they been arrested yet or not?
Very true.
Because this is the justice for the people, those who fought. What about people who booked their dream house in those twin towers?
Very true. And those questions we will continue to ask here on India Today. Thanks, Ashutosh, for getting us that elaborate and detailed ground report, telling us what's the situation currently.